Do not be afraid. These are the words of comfort that Mary spoke to Juan Diego when she appeared to him, and is a refrain that we have heard many times this year as we reflect on our liturgical theme of fearlessness. The story of Juan Diego and Our Lady of Guadalupe is yet another example of God seeking to comfort and protect us, even in the midst of great hardship and fear. Mary, through her words and presence, is letting Juan Diego know that his worries will be relieved and that she is there to guide and protect him. Because of this, Our Lady of Guadalupe continues to be seen today around the world as a symbol of protection and guidance for all who need it. As we all learned in religion class, Mary was chosen as a vessel through which God became man. God could have easily come down from the heavens in any other way, but instead he chose a woman. As Catholics, we share a special devotion to Mary, the mother of our Savior, because of her brave, empowering, and fearless life. She is a sacred symbol of the importance of women and the wisdom, safety, and love that they bring to our lives. For me, the spirit of Our Lady of Guadalupe lives on in my grandmother, Mama Tere, who has always been the same symbol of protection and guidance for my family. She raised 7 children, and although my dad and all my aunts and uncles may have grown up poor, they say they always felt rich because they had everything they needed with the love of their parents. Despite having limited resources, my grandma managed to spoil my aunts and uncles. She woke up early to put everyone's clothes in the dryer so that they would be extra warm first thing in the morning. She made fresh tortillas for breakfast and made everyone feel safe and at home whenever they were around her. She continues to offer this same comfort and presence to her 12 grandchildren. I am so fortunate to be one of those 12s, as she gives me endless love, makes me amazing food, and truly carries our family as someone who we all look up to. When I was young, I used to run around my grandma's house, always causing chaos. I would make a clubhouse in her living room out of the couch cushions, try on all of her shoes, reorganize the cupboard, and make magic potions out of her perfume. But no matter how mischievous I was, she always defended me. If my dad put me in the corner for timeout, she would save me and give me my favorite snacks and brush my hair. Because of this, I always admired Mama Tere. I always hoped that one day I would become the powerful woman that she has always been. I mean, the woman took me out of timeout right after my dad put me in timeout. If that doesn't scream out power, I don't know what does. With her warm arroz con leche, or homemade tortillas, it isn't hard to fall in love with Mama Tere. She has been able to do this all of these years with endless love and faith in each of us, making sure everyone gets fed and blessed before leaving her house, saying, "Que duerma con Dios, con los angelitos y con la Virgen," which means, may you sleep with the blessings of God, the angels, and the Virgin Mary. Both my grandparents always made sure to instill strong faith in our family by praying the rosary at night, going to Mass each Sunday, praying to the Virgen Maria every day, and teaching us to count our blessings. For my grandparents, there was always something to pray for. You woke up this morning, pray. You see your friend going through a hard time, pray. You're nervous for a speech, pray. In the same way Juan Diego asked La Virgen for help, my grandparents always taught me to rely on God for guidance. For this reason, the story of Our Lady of Guadalupe holds a special place in my heart. My grandma has been my hero my whole life, but I soon realized that even heroes must face great tragedy. For Mama Tere, this tragedy occurred on July 12, 2018, when she walked into her bedroom and found my grandfather on the floor, breathless. She had spent 54 years with this man, established a great family, and then he left her long before she was ready. This loss was huge for my family, to say the least. Everyone wondered how or if my grandmother would live without her soulmate. Although her heart aches each day, she continues to live on. She continues to wake up every morning, pray, eat, and be as much as herself as she can, and continues to be an embodiment of fearlessness for me. As we have all heard before, being fearless is not the absence of fear. It's being afraid, but having faith and doing it anyway. My grandma wakes up every day, fearful that she won't be able to be the person she once was when my grandpa was around. But she still gets up, walks outside to the statue of La Virgen that she has in her garden, and prays for the coming day. Her tireless faith is apparent in the obvious wear on the statue's forehead, where she places her hand each day. Because of this, I have promised myself that I will always have faith and carry on. I am encouraged to dust off the bad days and look onto brighter ones, to pray harder, to love stronger, and to give more meaningful hugs. What I take away from the story of Our Lady and Juan Diego, and certainly what I see in the life of my grandma, is that as long as you have faith, nothing will stop you. We have all had those days where you feel that you have been stretched thin. You question your abilities, ready to give up. But we truly do not give ourselves enough credit for doing what we have already done. We are more than a score on a test, a GPA, or a statistic. We are our best and truest selves when we trust in God to be with us as we step outside our comfort zones, just as Mary trusted God to bear Jesus. If we have faith, not only in God but in ourselves, there is nothing we can't do. In the midst of the gifts and the holiday treats, let us not forget the example set out for us by Mary, Juan Diego, and my Mama Tere, that with faith we can do all things. Thank you.